Welcome to Callawegin Fly Fishing with Robert Smart. Now, here's Robert.
Greetings. Now, the fly I'm going to tie this time, they call the Bluegill Foaminator. Cool name, huh? I've had some history with this fly. Was it last year, maybe the year before? I caught 35 bluegill, one right after another, on one of these flies. And finally, the poor thing fell apart on me. But 35 bluegill straight in about 40 minutes. They just tore it up. It's a fantastic bluegill fly. I tied this one on a size 10 standard length hook. I've tied them on 3X hooks, gives you a little more room. But I think for bluegill, a little shorter fly works a little better. It's a fantastic fly, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I'm going to tie the Foaminator. It's on a size 10 standard length hook. You could use a 3X hook, give you a little more room. But for bluegill, I like it a little bit shorter. Okay, for the tail, we're going to use a little bit of deer hair. Not a whole lot. Put that in the stacker. And it's a very short tail. Come back with loose wraps so it doesn't flare, and come forward a little bit and then go with real tight wraps. Trim that off. Okay, next I'm going to take a piece of copper wire. This will be ribbing to hold on the body hackle. Okay. Now, next I cut a piece of yellow foam, about 3/4 of the width of the hook depth. I'm going to tie that on, make a little stub on the back, a couple wraps in front, another couple on back, and then in the front again. Okay, now I'm going to take some little bit of light brown dubbing, more of a gold color, for the body. and bring that forward. And I'm going to tie on the body hackle. Bring that back. A few even wraps. Something like that. Now, bring our wire forward. Hold that hackle in place. Helicopter that off. Like that. Okay, next we're going to bring our foam forward. And tie it off, but not too close to the eye. You end up crowding that eye too much. Like that. Trim off our hackle. Oh, okay, just pulled off. I'm also gonna trim off that foam in the front like that. I'm going to build up a tying base. Top of that foam. Okay. Now next, I'm going to take some of this pearl ice dubbing. Stretch it out a little. Tie that right on top. And cut that off about there. Okay, for the main wing, I'm going to use a little bit of red squirrel hair. that in our stacker. It's fairly even. And make that wing about the body length. Like that. Try to trim off as much of that as you can. I'll leave a little bit on there. Now, thing with that squirrel hair, it's slippery and it'll pull out pretty easy. So I'm going to put a whip finish on there, and then I'm going to put on a dab of UV. Help hold it in place. Because if you don't put on that UV or head cement, stuff will slide out of there. Okay, next, we'll take a little bit of white wool. Place that on top. Not real long. Just a little bit of fluff of it. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is put some legs on this thing. on each side. Okay, now the rear legs I'm going to cut off about body length, and the front legs I'm going to cut off a little shorter. Something like that. Okay, next we're going to tie on the front hackle. And take just a little bit of dubbing, not much. Just enough to cover up some of that black thread. Bring that hackle forward. Okay. And we'll whip finish. Yeah, crowded the eye a little, but it's still plenty of room to get a tippet through there. And there we have it. Foaminator. Excellent bluegill fly.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe.